Hello everyone, real life Saibadachi here today. Well, just kind of my hands. I wanted to make a video showing you guys my collection, or at least my collection so far, since I said that I wanted to get back into the hobby of collecting video games. So this is my collection. It's mostly just 3DS and Switch, if I'm being completely honest. Actually, I don't even have any 3DS games, but I mostly have Switch games, and that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today, pretty much my collection of Switch games. In my previous video, I did mention that I sold all of my collection and I sold all of my video games before. This is pretty much what I decided to keep and what I've kind of been buying since then, which, like I said, have mostly been Switch games. I do plan on getting more 3DS games down the line, but I just kind of wanted to show you my systems and my collections of games that I have so far. So sort of like an update on my collection. I'll probably make more videos like this too, but this is just the first one. And for those of you who have seen Scott the Woz and like his second channel where he'll kind of do the same thing with his hands, but it'll just be a carpet. Well, I got a marble countertop, and that's what I'm going to be doing it on. So let's start with some video game collection. This is in no particular order, but the first one is Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game was one of the first Switch games I ever bought since it was a release title, and I waited in line to buy the Switch. And so of course this is a classic game. I would never get rid of this game just because of that memory, because it means so much to me, and because Breath of the Wild is like one of my favorite games. It's such an amazing game. Then we have Rhythm Heaven Groove. I love Rhythm Heaven. It's one of my favorite games ever of all time. So of course, you know, I had to get a physical copy of this game for the Switch day one when it came out. I think my wife bought this one for me. I was planning to get it day one, of course, but she got it for me, so it's also very special to me too for that reason. And it's a fantastic game. I'm definitely going to make videos on Rhythm Heaven Groove on the channel, so look out for those too. No More Heroes 3. I love No More Heroes, and this is a very particular kind of game. I haven't seen anything on this. I haven't even played this game yet. I bought it and it's pretty much brand new. It just had the wrapping and I think I took it off recently, but I've played the No More Heroes series. I love No More Heroes. I've played through completely 1 and 2, and now I'm kind of playing through Travis Strikes Again, which is kind of like 2.5 kind of, before I go into this game, because people have told me that it's pretty important that I play that game before I go into this game. So I haven't seen anything on this besides like the initial trailer. I love No More Heroes, and so eventually once I beat that game, I'm going to be going into this, but it's just been taking way too long. I think I might replay all of No More Heroes before I go into this game, because like I love these games. They're just so hardcore and crazy. I just hope I can actually play this game soon. Another one, this is kind of embarrassing. Astral Chain, I've hardly ever even played this one too, but I've been meaning to. I know this is like a Platinum's Games game, and if you know Platinum Games, you know them for probably like Bayonetta. I think they also worked on Nier Automata. So some really good action RPGs. I love RPGs and action RPGs. So Astral Chain, you know I had to get this baby. You know I had to get this game. Hardly even played it, but I need to go back and actually finish this game. I'm hoping that with my collection of physical games too, that I'm actually going to be able to play through all of these games and actually finish them, because I remember the style and the gameplay and everything about this game. It was actually really, really cool. So I really hope that I can find some time to bust this baby up. And I think it's kind of like JoJo's, like they're kind of like connected to these creatures. And then here we are again, some more No More Heroes. This is the game that I was talking about. It's like a weird co-op mini game sort of game. It's just a weird mashup of games from so far that I've played. I've just played a little bit of it too. So I do hope to beat this game soon so I can move on to No More Heroes 3. This is just a really unique game. No More Heroes 1 and 2, I think, were limited run games, which I also have. We'll get to that too. I love this series. So if you like No More Heroes and you're watching this video, yo, shout outs to you. Yo, you know some good games. Of course, the original No More Heroes. I think this is very similar to what the Wii cover looked like. I can't remember exactly. As you can see in the corner, limited run. So they don't actually have physical versions of No More Heroes. It was a digital release for the Switch, and so I had to get it because I wanted to collect Switch games, and it's one of my favorite games ever, No More Heroes. Yeah, the cover just looks so sick. The fact that it's a limited run or like an exclusive physical version, I freaking love this thing. And then this will probably be the last mentioning of No More Heroes in this video. No More Heroes 2, Desperate Struggle, also a limited run. So No More Heroes 3 did actually release physically on the Switch. This one was also a digital only. No More Heroes 2, I like it and I don't like it at the same time. It's weird, it's hard to talk about, but maybe I'll make a video talking about No More Heroes if enough of you mess with that kind of stuff. I love No More Heroes, so of course, limited run. Had to get this when they announced it and they showed it, you know, had to get the physical of this one. And now the first Switch 2 game, and like I said, this is in no particular order, but my wife also bought bought me this game too. Star Fox. I love freaking Star Fox now. Hopefully I'll be posting a video soon about Star Fox and my opinions on this game. I never really got into Star Fox, so this was technically like my first real Star Fox game. Even when they released it on 3DS, I did play it briefly, but then I think I returned it back to Costco or something. I don't remember what I did with it, but I played it very, very briefly on the 3DS and I didn't really like it. I didn't understand it at the time, and I just thought it was a really short, boring, stupid game, and I hated it, which is so crazy, especially now playing it again and playing this version. I really, really like this game, and I love just how it looks on the Switch too, so I'm really glad to have a physical version of this game too. Oh man, this one is a little controversial, my take on this game. This is Shin Megami Tensei 5 SMT5. Some of you might know this as like what the Persona series is based off of. Hey, you can see me a little bit. Hi. But this game, I remember I ordered it off of Amazon, and so it came with this metal cover with the sleeve on it. So I thought that was really cool, and I kind of want to keep it just because it is like the Steelbook edition. However, if you know SMT, you know Shin Megami Tensei 5, you know that they released this game again, betterer, with like a third path, with just so much more content, so much more things. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, which is what like they did with like the V, which is like a way better version. So I was like really upset when they released that, because like what was even the point of this? What was even the point of me buying this? It just felt like they rushed this game out. So I would love to have a physical version of the Vengeance version and actually finish this game, because I never finished this game either for a multitude of reasons. Like even the quick save, like I don't even think this has quick save. Vengeance lets you kind of save wherever you want, but this version doesn't let you do that. SMT games have always been like the Dark Souls kind of JRPGs, which is cringe kind of to say these days, but it's true. They're very hard RPGs, especially if you're someone who's never got into like JRPGs. This is not a good place to start, because Shin Megami Tensei is pretty difficult. I played Shin Megami Tensei 4 on the 3DS. That was my first Shin Megami Tensei game, and I loved it. And I love Persona, so of course I had to get this game when they released it. But now I just really want to add Vengeance into my collection, so this might be leaving my collection soon. This copy of Pokemon Legends Arceus, this actually isn't even mine, this is my wife's. She played Pokopia, and then she wanted to try like a Pokemon game, so I got this one for her, which is actually really crazy. I think I got this for like 10 bucks off of Temu, because they had some weird Temu sale ad that I saw online, and I was like, no way, this is 10 bucks. I placed the order, I was like, whatever, if I lose 10 bucks, I'll just like call my bank or something. It actually came, and so this was like a brand new Pokemon Legends Arceus for like $10, $15, something like that. I played a little bit of it when it first came out, and it wasn't really for me. I didn't really care for the Legends games, and like Gen 4 just was never really my jam. So I was like, maybe she would like this, and it might get her into Pokemon after Pokopia, and she really likes it. I think she's still playing through it right now, and I'm starting to like it a little bit more, even watching her play. And Pokemon Legends Arceus is pretty cool, and it did bring some really great exclusives, Hisuian forms into the series. So you know we gotta have the Legends games on deck over here. This is such a weird copy in my collection. It used to have the used GameStop sticker. I bought this off of someone on Facebook Marketplace who just didn't like Xenoblade. They tried it out because a friend recommended it to them, is what they said. But I loved this game when it came out on Wii U, and I had to get it again. But I was just like, dude, buying it again, seeing like the upgrade that they did on the Switch 2 that low-key made it worse, which was really weird. I remember loving this and playing so much of Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U, and I had to get the Switch one, but I didn't want to pay full price, so I got off of Facebook Market for like 20 bucks. So for 20 bucks for Xenoblade Chronicles X, pretty good deal. And I love all the Xenoblade games. I had to get every single one of the Xenoblade games, and you'll see that here in my collection in a minute. This one is just so special to me. It was one of my favorite Wii U games. I don't know why it's in this casing. I think it was like a used GameStop copy or something. It's the only one in this casing too, which is cool. It kind of fits it. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I love this game. I mean, this was like, I think a limited run too from Nintendo. Like they stopped making this. So finding a physical copy of this game is low-key like kind of expensive. I think it's like $100 or something. Comes with all three of the best Super Mario 3D games. I mean, come on, it's 3D All-Stars. And I just love these games, so I had to get this. Like, are you kidding me? Like, how could you not get this? If you're like, where's the physical game? It's in my Switch case. Like, I actually have these games, don't worry, but they're just not in the boxes for some of them. I got a thing to say about Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, how they re-released that. That was kind of weird, and I didn't like how they did that, but I'm just glad that I have this one. I'm not too crazy about Super Mario Galaxy 2 either, hot take. And I did want to say that I bashed on Super Mario a little bit in my Splatoon Raiders video that I uploaded yesterday. Someone left a comment kind of saying that like not every Mario game is the same when I said that. I didn't really mean it that way. I kind of meant just like the formula is the same. Like when you play a Super Mario, you kind of know what you're getting into, you know what to expect. So I do want to apologize to all the Super Mario fans that I might have offended by saying that. I love Mario. Like what the hell, like chillax. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now I used to own the Animal Crossing's New Horizons Switch Special Edition, and I sold it because I just had like too many Switches at the time, which is so privileged and crazy to say, but it's true. I had the Switch Lite, the OLED, and the Animal Crossing one, and now I sold all of them, so I don't have any of them now. This game is always just so special to me. I love Animal Crossing. I don't have my copy of Animal Crossing New Leaf. I literally have no 3DS games anymore. I sold all of them. This copy of New Horizons, I was like, I'm not gonna let go of this because I know I'll probably want to come back and play this. They had the 3.0 update and the Switch 2 upgrade edition, which I have, but I just haven't really had the need or the want to play New Horizons just because of the pacing and everything, but it's just good to have because I love Animal Crossing and I gotta have this in my collection. The World Ends With You. This is so slept on. This is like one of the best DS games and a lot of people just don't know about it. It's just so cool, especially if you like Kingdom Hearts. I think it's the same artist who did a lot of the Kingdom Hearts stuff. This is like so edgy 2000s emo and I love it, and the game story is so good, the gameplay is so good. And then when they said they were going to release this on Switch, I was like, oh, you know I'm finna cop this. And what's crazy too is that this game was not too expensive. I think I got it for like 30 bucks or less even on Amazon when it initially came out, because it was kind of like a sleeper release and nobody knew about it and nobody cared about it, but now they do, and now a bunch of people really want this game. And this is the final remix version, so they added a little bit of like a bonus story to the end of this game, to the DS one. This is such a niche game. If you know this game, you have swag, dude. You're like kudos to you if you know The World Ends With You. This is such an awesome game. When they released it on Switch, I was a little disappointed with some of the controls. I think this definitely controls better on the DS, but it's such a great game, and definitely try it out if you like Kingdom Hearts. You might like this one. Kingdom Farts. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I remember copying this game when and for those of you who don't know what copying means, it just means to get. Like, I don't know why I'm talking so weird sometimes. This is just how I talk. I remember getting this game, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, because I got a bunch of like college credits money or something. They had like this $200 gift card to Target, and they were like, you can go buy all your school supplies. I think my school was doing a giveaway. I don't remember. I had that gift card and I was like, screw school supplies. I went and bought a bunch of Switch games and I bought Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition because I loved Xenoblade on the Wii. And when Shulk came out into Smash, it was so hyped for me because that was kind of my first introduction to Xenoblade. And I was like, dude, I have to try this game. It looks so cool. Shulk is so cool. And then that's when I started playing Xenoblade X and all that other stuff. It was so crazy that they released this on the Wii and then re-released it now. Xenoblade is such a great series, such a great game. And I can speak highly of the first one. It's just so amazing. The story is so good. So you know I had to have this. And they just recently updated the Switch 2 edition too, which is awesome. I love Xenoblade. Speaking of which, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. This one I was so worried about getting when it first came out because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 just did not jive with me. I didn't like the characters or anything like that. And I remember playing like 10 hours of it and still felt like I was in the tutorial. So I didn't really like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as much. And that kind of broke my trust with the series a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm so glad I got this one because Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is so good. It's just so good. I didn't think they could top the story in the first one, and they might have with this one because Xenoblade Chronicles 3, the characters are so good and the story is so good, and it's just, they refine the combat in this game. I'm just glad to have it in my collection. Can't wait for the Switch 2 upgrade for this sucker right here. Speaking of The World Ends With You a little bit earlier too, this is Neo The World Ends With You, where they kind of made the combat 3D and it's like a sequel. I never finished this game and I really want to. I really should. The combat just didn't really sit well with me. Like after a while, I think I just got really bored of the combat and I didn't really like it as much as I thought I would. But this is still such a great game and a great series. And yeah, I had to get the second game. You already know. Final Fantasy IX. This is literally just a re-release, I think, of Final Fantasy IX. I don't think they did anything really crazy to this game. Maybe they upscaled it a little bit, but even the textures and everything, this is straight up just Final Fantasy IX. I don't even remember much about this, but this is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. I love Final Fantasy IX, and I've played through it so many times. So I was just like, I need to get a physical version of it and keep it, and I do. Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2. This is 2 games in one, which also is also on one cartridge, which is really cool. And crap, I think I just gave away the code here, so I'm gonna block that out. This is such a great game. Final Fantasy X, a lot of people will say is so linear, but I think it's like a great introduction to Final Fantasy and JRPGs in general, just because of the pacing and how linear it is. I honestly had no issues with it. I love how cringy it is. I love how weird it is. And I just really wanted to play this game on the Switch, and so I got it. I think they've recently re-released it again as a Switch 2 edition with no upgrade, which was weird, but I remember going to multiple Best Buys and stuff trying to find a physical version of this. I think I ended up just ordering it online because I couldn't find it anywhere for some reason. It was so weird. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now this is going back to what I was saying about Xenoblade kind of losing my trust a little bit. I think I have to go back and replay this because people who have really stuck with it say that this is really just a gem of a game. I don't understand why. I think I really just need to go back and replay it, finish the game, and then maybe I'll fully understand. But yeah, I have this one. I feel like I'm gonna get so much hate for hating on Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but I don't know, it just didn't jive with me, but I'm hoping it will. I'll go back and finish this game and hopefully that will make me feel better about it. We're rearing near the end here. For Switch 2, this is actually the only game keycard that I own. I ended up buying this secondhand for like $30, $40, I think. It was fairly cheap off of someone on Facebook Market as well, because I'm assuming they probably didn't like that it was a game keycard. But this is the only game keycard that I own. I almost bought Pokopia as a game keycard if they were available anywhere, but they weren't because of the Pokopia craze. So I ended up just downloading Pokopia, but I would have had it as my first game keycard for sure, which honestly, my opinion on game keycards is just, I'm kind of whatever about it. I don't see the point of it, to be honest. I feel like you might as well just download the game. Like, what is the point of not having anything on there? You're just kind of buying the license to the game. They could have at least put some of the game on there and then had you download the rest. That would be kind of not as bad. Why couldn't they have just put the game on here? I'm honestly confused. I don't know. What do you guys think about game keycards? How should I feel about this? I have it here though. It's in my collection. So then we got Pokemon Legends ZA Switch 2 edition. And this game, I played this actually originally on the Switch, and then I got this for Switch 2 because I loved it so much. I loved the game so much that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get it. Once I get a Switch 2, I will get the upgraded edition with my Switch 2, and this will kind of be like the first Switch 2 game that I own. So this is really special to me because it is the first Switch 2 game that I own, but it's just weird about Switch 2 editions because they're not technically Switch 2 games. They're Switch games upgraded. I remember like just playing hours and hours of Pokemon X and Y, and like when I was in high school, everyone in my school would play it, and Omega Ruby, and we'd all battle and trade and stuff. So Gen 6 has always been very special to me. I was really excited for the lore and the story in this game. I still haven't finished this either, which I will definitely finish it soon. I'm actually getting really close to finishing it. Then I'm going to play the DLC, but I've heard mixed things about the DLC. I actually really like the combat in this game. The story and the beginning is really slow, but the characters are really likable. The world, I mean, Lumiose is just really awesome. I don't really have an issue with it just being all in Lumiose, to be honest. I really like this game. Like, surprisingly, I really, really like this game, and I don't know why I got so much hate. This was my first Switch 2 game, so it'll always be really special to me. And that's pretty much it as far as my Switch games go. I got this huge stack over here now of all my Switch games and pretty much all my physical games. That's all I really own. So when you look at it and when you think about it, I don't really own too many Switch games or games in general, especially after selling my collection, which I'll probably like make a separate video talking about that. Yeah, like I had a lot of games. I had a lot of Wii games, 3DS games, Switch games, and I sold like a big bulk of them, and including the consoles too. So I'm kind of bummed out about it because I really do enjoy collecting the games, and even just mentioning it in this video, like a lot of these hold special memories to me, even more recent special memories. And so it is kind of a bummer to like know that like I got rid of a lot of those games that did have those memories connected to them. That's in the past now. There's not much I can really do about it now. And it is kind of exciting because now I can build up more of my collection and hopefully add more to my collection, which is cool. So now I'm going to go over my handhelds. I wanted to show you guys this 3DS. It's a very special 3DS to me, but this 3DS was my first 3DS. And so it has seen a lot. It has seen the days. It has the marks from the touchscreen on there. The freaking cap fell off of this thing. I remember one of my friends ripped it off when we would play Super Smash Bros, because you could use this as a controller for the Wii U too. And so this thing has just been through so much, and it is the OG 3DS. But what is this? Oh, a little bulkage, you notice? Yes, this one I actually got modded and added the capture card to it, so you can even record, and a lot of my 3DS recordings before were recorded on this 3DS. So this is actually fully functioning. It's still a functioning 3DS, and I actually record with this thing. So anytime if you see 3DS videos in the future, they're gonna be recorded on this. And hopefully once I get my gaming collection or my 3DS gaming collection started for physicals, I'm definitely gonna record a lot of it on this 3DS, which I'm really excited about. And then my other 3DS, which is more of a 2DS, is actually a Japanese exclusive Dragon Quest Metal Slime Edition. So this is actually, it is Japanese exclusive. I don't know if I can really show some of this stuff on here. I think it's actually in English, which is kind of weird. It is a 2DS, which is kind of a bummer because I do really like the 3D on the 3DS. I just love Dragon Quest. This was one of those I'm going to treat myself moments, and I love it. It is definitely such an exclusive, like, beautiful gem of a 2DS. I really freaking love this thing. It's just a shame you can't really play it in 3D. And I modded all my handhelds, besides like my Switch 2, obviously, and my Switch, which I don't have anymore. But this is modded. My capture card is modded. My DSi, which I'll get to, is also modded, and I had to mod this one to change the language and the English, and because these things were actually region locked, so I had to unlock it somehow, and I did. So okay, then we have my DSi over here. I got a DSi because DS games just don't hit the same on a 3DS. They don't work the same way. Hello. I had to just get like a DSi XL because it's just like the DSi is just the best way, I feel like, to experience a DS in general. You can still take pictures and do all that stuff. It of course doesn't have the Game Boy slot. Just like the feel of this, like I love my DSi. It is so awesome. And so I do exclusively play my DS games on here instead of on my 3DS because they just hit better on a DSi. And check this out. This is really funny. I didn't even know this was in here, but this is an R4i. I don't know if y'all know what this is. Only OGs remember the R4i, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all I'm gonna say because I can already hear them knocking on my doorstep right now. This thing is awesome. I can't believe I still have this from my childhood as well. Part of the reason why I probably don't have any more of my DS games left anymore. If you know, you know. And if you can tell, I don't really like add stuff onto my consoles. I keep them pretty bare bones. This is my Switch 2, and I love the Switch 2. I had to pull the trigger on getting the Switch 2 once Pokopia came out because it just looks so fun, and I love those kind of games. So of course I had to get a Switch 2, but I haven't really done anything to it. It's just your regular Switch 2. Probably see all my hand marks on it because it's pretty much all I play now. I love this console. It is such a premium, beautiful handheld. And so I'm really glad that I got the Switch 2. I no longer have my Switch or anything anymore because I opted to getting the Switch 2. So of course, you know, I had to get rid of all that stuff. As far as like my actual consoles go, I think I have a pretty decent collection of them and some that I'll actually like play. I don't know if I will get any more DSs or handhelds or anything else that I would really add here, but these are pretty much my game consoles that I own and then all my video games. But there is just one special thing that I wanted to show to you guys. Remember how I bought this and I was like, oh, this was me treating myself. There's one more thing that I bought here that I also was like, oh, I'm gonna treat myself, that I never opened, and it is probably my most expensive thing in my collection and my rarest thing in my collection, and it is the Dragon Quest Switch. Like, I can't even fit it in how I framed this, but the Dragon Quest Switch, which is Japanese exclusive. Like, look at this thing. I don't even remember why. You can see it's a little scuffed up on some of the edges and stuff, and I'm picking up my camera now for this part. It's a little scuffed up because I've moved so many times. I haven't put a protector on this thing. I really should. This is beautiful. Like the Switch and everything about it, like just the blue Joy-Cons. This thing is so freaking beautiful. I couldn't bring myself to open it. And the thing about it, even though it is a Japanese exclusive, is that the Switch is not region locked. So you can play this, like you don't have to mod it or nothing. However, it is like an OG Switch, so it probably would be really easy to mod too, but I haven't opened this thing and I don't plan on opening this thing anytime soon. You can see even on the back, it has all those like slimes and stuff, and it comes with the game, I think in a steel book. This thing is insane and it's so expensive and it's worth so much, and I don't really know what to do with it, but I have it. Yeah. Cool, and that's my collection.